Shit's different in this bitch. Fuck it. I ride. Got the top let down. Lean into the right with the bass up loud. I slide, choking on that lead. 2 miles per hour, so everybody teach. Ride. Got the top let down. Lean into the right with the bass up loud. I slide, choking on that lead. 2 miles per hour, so everybody teach. You see the European grill, so the lips gliss. Tank full of Theraflu, cause I be in them sick whips. Brick slip, roll with me, catch a contact. High definition, popping, flipping out the armrest. See, I'm a rider, dipping in the catalog. Just got it fitted on some shit I need a ladder for. Come up in your hood, stun when I leave, dude.
2 miles per hour, so everybody sees you.
I can't deny, I feel I'm such a fly guy. Top chop, call him Sleepy Hollow when they ride by. I know the haters can't stand it. I ain't got a blemish on my Jolly Rancher can. Ride on, ride. Top let down. We been through the crowd.
Yo. What's happening with it? Y'all come on in the building. Make sure you smash on the like button. Got a special guest coming in today. We're going to chop it up about what went down, in training camp with Frank Martin. We're going to find all that out. So make sure that y'all smash the like button. Share this video. Share this live stream, Jump in the comments. Let me know you're in the comments. And, we definitely got a hell of a show. So come in, tune in. Tune in. I see they ain't sending out my notifications like that. Yes, sir. Light skin business in the building. What's happening with it? What it do? Yes, sir. I'm in the building. Like I said, we're going to get Elijah Pierce from here. And it's finna go down, man. We're going to talk about a lot. We got a lot to cook on today. Devin Haney got his old back. And he still ain't done because he's suing Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is suspended. So we got a lot to talk about. So like I said, jump in the comments. Jump in the comments. Let me know you in the building. And we're going to get this thing started up. Oh, man. Gervonta Hall, what's happening with it? Salute. What's happening with it? Like I said, come in the building. Let me know you in the building. We got a hell of a show popping off today. Shit, now let me go ahead and get this link sent out to Elijah, and we gonna cook. So if y'all ain't in the building, you just ain't in the building, but I'm finna get it started. Like I said, I see they not really sending out none of my notifications like that. Let me see. Anthony Johnson, what's happening with it? Give me a second so I get this email sent out, y'all. And smash the like button as you coming in the building. Yeah. Okay, like I said, man, it's been a lot of crazy stuff going on in boxing. Like I said, this past weekend, y'all know we just had Frank Martin. We just had Frank Martin and Gervonta Davis, man, star-studded event. Elijah Pierce, you know, he helped Frank Martin get ready throughout the whole training camp. He was Frank Martin's lead sparring partner. Plus, he just had a fight, you know, I believe in March. In March, he just fought, and he about to fight again this month. So he about to fight again, I believe, on the 29th. So he been having a lot going on. He looking to get the big names. We seen him get into it with Stephen Fulton. You know, he been calling out a new way. So, man, Elijah Pierce, he gonna be in the building today. 19-2, 16 KOs. That boy got 16 KOs. So, yeah. Yes, sir. Ask Val what's happening with it. Salute. So we definitely gonna get into it. Wait for him to hop on. It's finna go down. Like I said, as y'all come in the building, make sure you smash the like button, jump in the comments, let me know you in the building. Val says Shakur Bright Light Stevens is 135 Nightmare. Big facts. Whoever want it can get it. Hey, man, the problem is they don't want it. They don't look like nobody want it. But yeah. Stop motion MMA, man. I appreciate you. But we definitely gonna cook it on everything, man. I'm gonna get his thoughts on you know what he saw went down in the Tank Davis fight. Plus, man, like I said, he got a fight coming up, so we definitely gonna get y'all informed on all of that. And he's a hell of a fighter to watch inside that ring. So you know, if y'all ain't up on him, y'all gonna find out. Here you go, right here. What's happening with it?
What's going on with you, bro?
Oh man. I think you got a lot of feedback in the you got a lot of feedback. You might need to I don't know if I'm in the background.
No, I mean I can't hear you. Hold on. You still hear it?
Let me see. Okay. Can y'all hear that? Yeah, see, it's me. Like I can hear an echo. It's me echoing.
Hmm.
You see.
Oh shit. Yeah, you still hear it?
Let me see. Okay. No, we good now. Yep, I'm good now. Man, what's going on? What's good with it?
Shit, man, I'm good. Just got a run in a little bit ago. So ready to hit the gym here in a little while.
Okay. So you got a fight coming up on the 29th, right?
Yeah, the 28th. Yeah, next Friday.
Okay, and that's in ATL.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's like when I talk, it's a you good on your end, but when I talk, like I can hear feedback. Can y'all hear that in the chat? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Uh, you ain't because you ain't got my show on in the background, do you?
No,
No, no. I don't know
I
what
don't,
it
I
is.
don't hear nothing.
Yeah, see, on my end it's a feed, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it do what it do. So, man, first of all, what I want to do is I want to let people know about what you got going on. Because of course you was Frank Martin's lead sparring partner, in camp. So we're gonna get into that. But man, tell us a little bit about this fight that you got coming up on the 28th.
I'm fighting another veteran. About another 45 veteran. I think he like 36-8, I believe, something like that. But yeah, he's from Colombia. He's ranked number 15 in the WBA right now. I'm currently ranked number 4. So I think after this, it should probably push me to number 2. I'm thinking, and so I'll be in line for an eliminator, or if not the eliminator, then maybe an interim belt next fight. So I'm just pushing, man. I've been literally I've worked my way from ground zero to be known in this game. You know what I'm saying? I was known throughout the amateurs, you know what I'm saying? All throughout the top guys, Shakur, Tiafimo, all them guys. I didn't been around them, all that. So my name is familiar amongst the boxing world, but as far as to the masses, you feel me? Like I'm starting to make some headway, after dealing with all the stuff that I've had to in my personal life and whatnot. So I'm just looking forward to, staking my claim, bro. Finally getting on top, getting me a title and solidifying myself in them history books.
Cause you came up with Shakur Stevenson like in the amateurs and Tank. I mean, if people don't know, we all seen that infamous sparring between you and Tank. It was a whole lot of stuff, but that came behind that for everybody that don't know. But yeah, you came up with all them guys. You said that some things in your personal life that you went through. What went down?
I mean, really, just I went through a divorce. I went through. I was married at one point. Very young. Um, just mismanagement. With prior management and stuff like that. So I just went through all the growing pains of boxing, but as much as they were a hindrance in my career early, I think the saving grace was that it happened early. So, while I was young, so as I continue to grow and learn, I've evolved and gotten much more, um, just much more experienced and much more wise to everything. So, I feel like that's only going to carry me a lot further in what I'm trying to do, in this game.
So throughout all those ups and downs that you was having, were you taking a long time out of the gym? Like, were you having long layoffs?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like after my first loss, I took a year off after my first loss because I used to fight out my weight class. I didn't really know about cutting weight. I didn't know that was like a thing that people used to cut like hella weight to get in lower weight classes. All that. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
So I used to fight like walk around probably like 142, and I
Mhm.
would fight 135, 130. So I was I fought the dude who I fought the dude who fought Pitbull Cruz. His name is Gio
That beat
Cabrera.
Pitbull. I thought he beat Pitbull Cruz.
Yeah, it was a real close fight. It was a close fight, but I don't know. I had him edging it, but I don't know. It just I've watched it several times, so I don't know. But regardless, I fought him, and and we had a good fight. And he's actually I've actually spoken to him personally several times. I mean, me and him are cool. And
Is it Giovanni Cabrera, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and, he's even said I was one of his toughest fights. For me, that being as small as I was, 'cause really when we fought, he didn't even make weight for the fight. He told me he was honestly at 135, and me at that time, I could have been fighting 118.
Mhm.
So, it was just a big size difference that I had to overcome. But we fought a good fight, and hats off to him for taking a W. But so after that, like I said, I took a year off. Then I came back, after some motivation from my dad, and then he I had fought one of Lou DiBella's top prospects, and I knocked him out like first or second round. Got him out of no, actually it was third round, and then got him out of there. So then Lou DiBella signed me, and then I was with him, and then my first fight with Lou DiBella, I went. That's when I went through my first separation with my ex wife, and then that started, and then also having a child as well. So it was just a lot of stuff going on during that time, and you can be of sound mind. I mean, excuse me, if you're not of sound mind, you can't expect to be sound in the ring. So that was just a cost to that, and I dropped a majority decision loss to a guy I could have easily beat,
Mhm.
and pretty much. So they were kind of wrote me off after that. All the interest I had interest from Top Rank. I had interest from hella guys, hella promoters or whatever. I mean, I was signed with Lou Bella, but still, like I just had hella interest, and all that. All that went away. They dropped me, and I pretty much just was on ground zero all the way over again, and so I just had to pull myself out there at that trench. You know what I'm saying? I took about 2 years off to kind of get my mind right, and then my current manager, he really was probably the biggest factor in changing my life. He
Who
he
is that?
found me. His name is Trifon Petrov. He's from
Okay.
Bulgaria, but he made his way to the States, and he just found me off the internet, and we connected, and then he was just a genuine good guy who believed in me. He seen me on YouTube. He believed in my talent, and then we just ever since we got together, we've just been going full speed ahead, pretty much. That's how that.
And, and how long has that been since all that took place?
I want to say it's been about 2 going on 3 years now. I
Okay.
want to say,
So you'll say you've been locked in for like the past 2.5, 3 years.
yeah, with him, and like I said, just hats off to my team now. That's the whole thing. Like now, I have a just a great team behind me. Everybody has my best interest. Everything feels organic, and I'm still working with my dad. My dad's still my head coach. Um, and then like I said, I got my manager. I have my co-manager, which is my stepfather, and then Jesse Tanksley. And then as far as promotion, I'm signed with Overtime Boxing and Viva Promotions, which is basically a subsidiary of Sean Gibbons, and his son is his son Brendan Gibbons. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, so it's like everything is everything, man. And just building block one step at a time.
Yeah, I mean, fans don't realize it's a lot of stuff that go on personally in fighters' lives that can easily knock you off your pivot. You know, but right now you fighting at 122, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So you saying before you fought as high as 135?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And I hear that a lot. A lot of times you got to just take fights at weight classes you're not comfortable at until you really get a promoter that's behind you backing you. So I know all about that. Your last fight, man. Let's talk about your last fight. You fought, I think he was a Filipino guy, Villanueva or something like that.
Yeah, Arthur Villanueva.
Yeah. It was on the zone. And you went through some adversity in that fight. You got dropped in that fight. You ended up getting back up and stopping the guy. Tell us a little bit about that last fight you had, man, and what it's like having to go through adversity like that, getting dropped and then having to come back and, you know.
Well, first and foremost, let me say that all respect to Arthur Villanueva because he's really a great guy. He's just extremely nice, extremely pleasant. Like even in the build up of the fight, like it was hard to even me because I ain't gonna lie, I'm a shit talker. I couldn't even really even talk shit to him. He's just a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? So we're all respecting him and his family. But yeah, I mean, people just gotta understand, man. Like in this game, everybody's so quick to critique and have an opinion about something. But for a guy like me who came from the bottom, who really came from the trenches, like in boxing, like I earned everything that I've gotten so far. Like I had nothing given to me. Like I come from Oklahoma City. Like nobody even knows about Oklahoma City when it comes to boxing. I'm one of the first ones to really make some noise like 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 this in a long time. And it's even ironic that Sean O'Grady was like what the first world, I think if I'm not mistaken, like the first world champ from Oklahoma City, and I'm tied like connected with his people. Like I said, um, Sean Gibbons and them that's his cousin. So it's just like the fact that that relationship is there is kind of ironic, and I will be the next champion from Oklahoma. But but yeah, like anyway, my fault. But I kind of got off subject. But basically, yeah, like I said, it's coming from the trenches and whatnot. People, their expectations, they're seeing me and they're kind of like thinking I'm a little bit over braggadocious. And to an extent, I can accept that and even say that in that fight, I kind of was a little bit. I got a little bit overconfident. I was a little, you know beside myself just because people don't understand where I came from. Like to get all this, I'm starting to get all this attention. I'm starting to get all this praise and everything. And then on top of that, I mean, I did have a bad weight cut as well. But I'm not a man of excuses, so I never brought it up or whatever. But really, but the biggest thing was just the fact that I'm mentally, I was just kind of feeling myself, and I thought I was gonna get him out of there real quick. And he was a tough competitor. Dude was a three-time world title challenger, so he
He had
fought
a
for the
lot of
title.
knockouts too.
Yeah, so he could punch and he fought for the world title three times at 118. Only reason he wasn't ranked as high at 122 because he had just came up to 122. So people was kind of like trying to throw salt on him like he wasn't like he was trash or like he wasn't a good competitor. No, the dude was tough. He was game. So that's just all it was. And, but ultimately I was a better fighter, of course. Once I woke up, he dropped me, and then once I got up and I collected myself like a professional, I stopped him and ended the fight. It was just a chin check, and I had to get right. And so moving forward, that was another learning experience that God put me through to let me know that it ain't over. Like you're not there yet. You still got a lot more work to do. You got to make sure you solidify yourself. So ultimately, man, like I said, they love to talk and love to critique and pass judgment, but we all aren't perfect, and I'm always gonna accept my faults as well as my wins.
Man, I like, cause I watched a lot of your fights, man, and you like to bang. You like to get in there and let them hands go, man. And one thing I like is how you always use different angles. You use different angles. I see you go from orthodox to southpaw, then switch it back. So it for the people that haven't seen you fight, you are a very exciting fighter in the ring. Like ain't nothing boring in there when you get in the ring and you go in there looking for. I ain't gonna say you looking for the knockout, but you going in there letting them hands fly. And me, what you got? How many knockouts you got? I mean, you pretty
Yeah,
much
16.
almost knocked out everybody you've been in the ring with.
Yeah, it's only been 5 fights that went the distance. Yeah, I'm 19-2, 16 knockouts.
Yeah. So man, this past weekend, man, you know it went down. All the big fights. Everybody talking about, man, you got into it with Stephen Fulton, man. What was that about? I think he blacked out. He'll be back. The screen went. He'll be back on here. Y'all smash the like button. I think he gonna come back in. Yeah, Adam Hurley. He a legit knockout artist for sure. Nah, I think right now, man, he's looking to stay at 122. He's trying to get them scraps. Here he is.
Oh yeah, my bad. My daughter had called me. I had to tell her to hold
Oh
on.
yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So, man, like I said, everybody was talking about the little confrontation with you and Stephen Fulton.
Yeah,
What was that about?
man. Honestly, like a lot of these, a lot of these, uh, more well-known guys. A lot of to me, they get a lot of them are fucking divas. Like they all act like girls to me. I mean, I don't know. I be trying not to really get into all that. I'm not because I'm really not a confrontational dude. Like in real life. Like don't get me wrong. Like the whole boxing persona and all that. Like yeah, I talk shit. I like to put on a show. I'm an entertainer. I'm a natural born entertainer. It's what I do. I've been doing this since I was a kid. Like I sing, rap, dance, act, whatever the case. Like I do everything when it comes to that. So it's just like I don't mind being in front of people. I don't mind showcasing my personality. I don't mind going the extra mile. But in a real sense of how I conduct myself in real life, like I'm not a confrontational dude. I'm real chill. I'm real, you know what I'm saying, peaceful. I don't do all that. So I don't know. It's like these guys. It's like they don't really know how to turn it on and off. So I mean, end of the day, bro had got mad because I did an interview with Ellie Sackback, and he asked me about him, and he was saying that you know, what do I think would happen if him and Inoue fought again? I just said the same sentiment. I mean, for the most part, I don't think he does well with power punchers, but I do respect and appreciate Stephen Fulton. He's a great fighter, but I just don't think he does well with power punchers. And then he said he asked me about something. He asked him about me about Inoue or whatever, and I was just like, well, like what would happen if me and him fought? And I was just like, I'm not Stephen Fulton. I'm not going out like that. Best believe. And so he just took offense to that and basically felt like I was, you know, throwing a jab at him, whatever. But I mean, I didn't really see how when I literally said I respect and think you're a great fighter. But end of the day, you know, it was what it was. Like you mad about me talking about you or whatever, nigga. If you mad about it, do something about it. So that's basically how I came at him with it. I seen him backstage, and he seen me first, and then he walked away from me. That's why it was hilarious why how all that came about too, because he seen me, then he walked away. Then he was doing an interview with Fight Hype, and then I walked up to him by myself. And I mean, and then I was just sitting there waiting. I was waiting until he got done with the interview, and then I was gonna speak to him one on one privately. But then he called me to him. He told me to come here. I guess he act like he finally recognized me or whatever. So then I said, okay. So I walked to him. And I wasn't even really going at him crazy. I wasn't cussing at him. I wasn't disrespecting him. I was just trying to talk to him. Like man to man. And he was, you know, he was trying to kind of like little bro me, like acting like he's so Hollywood. And to me, I didn't understand that because I was kind of like, why are you trying to act like you so Hollywood when you just got your ass knocked out like your last fight and you ain't fought since. You been ghost. So it just didn't make sense to me. But I don't know. But my whole point was that I kept asking him, let's fight. Like if you got a problem with it, let's fight. Let's fight. And I was saying it respectfully. And I asked him about 3 times. And every time I said let's fight, he kept blowing it off. He would never give me an answer. He kept trying to, oh, this nigga, y'all hear him? Whatever. And I'm like, bro, I'm just saying, like, if you got a problem, let's fight. Like, I don't understand, like, why you doing all the extra shit. Like, let's
You
fight.
told me to
I would
stop
love to
you.
fight you, huh?
I heard you say I'll stop you.
Yeah, and I told him straight to his face. Yeah, the dude asked me from Fight How you say, yeah, what do y'all think would happen if you fight? I said, yeah, I'll stop you. I'll knock him out for sure. And I believe that wholeheartedly. I will beat the shit out of Stephen Fulton. Like, and I like people can think what they want to think. I'm telling you right now, like I'm just as strong as in a way. I got just as close as a knockout ratio as him. I think mine is 85. Anyways, it's like 92. Like I'm actually bigger than in a way. Like I'm trying to tell you, I will knock his ass out. But
Did Stephen Fulton, he moved up to 126 though, right?
yeah, he just moved up.
Yeah.
So me, I'm like I said, once I get my belt at 22, which I'm very close, I'm probably maybe two fights away, possibly, maybe even a fight. It just depends. We trying to look at the landscape and see what's going on after I win this next one. But once I get my belt, I'm going straight up to 26. And once I go to 26, I want him to be my first fight. I'm gonna make the biggest case to make him my first fight at 26, just so I can shut all that shit up.
So is it kind of personal now between you and him, how he reacted, how he just dealt with the whole situation, trying to act like he was just above you and better than you?
Yeah, honestly, because I'm just kind of fed up with all the what like I said with all the diva tendencies that these fighters have. It ain't no secret. Me and Tank don't like each other or whatever. Like he was mad over the sparring video or whatever, and I didn't understand his thing. I'm like, because even when I dropped the sparring video, I was nothing but respectful. Like I told him, "Oh, he's the best worker I ever got. I grown because of him." With the Woo, and you know, it was what it was, and there's no like they were I guess mad because they said I only showed my good parts or whatever. But the whole point to me was that logically, what the fuck I need to show your part, yo? I mean, I'm not, and I even said it. In, indicated that it was great work. I never said I beat his ass or it was one sided. I said it was great work. So he had parts, good parts too. But the whole point was, aren't you the face of boxing? Aren't you the star? Why the hell you need to be highlighted for? You know what I'm saying?
How old were y'all? How old were y'all when that sparring took place?
I was 17. He was like 20.
Okay. So that was a while.
Yeah, so it was 10 years. It was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm like, end of the day, the only reason I was a person who even like to put sparring out. Only reason I put it out was because I was at a point in my career where I had about 15 declines to fight me. I was calling out everybody. I just wanted the opportunity to prove myself against one of the top tier fighters, and nobody wanted to take that chance because I was too risky. So and I was going from 22 to 130. I was calling out different names, anybody I could fight. Even I was supposed to get that fight with Robeisy Ramirez before when he lost his title. That was supposed to be me fighting in that fight. But they had turned me down last minute and chose the other Mexican guy.
Politics and boxing, man. Hey, boxing, it's a dirty game at times, man. I knew it. Before we get into this past weekend, let's talk about a new because I seen you on several occasions, man. Let it be known that's a fight that you want. That's a fight that you looking down the line at. How soon, if do you think you get a Nui fight?
Honestly, it'll probably be at 26, most likely.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm thinking it'll most likely be at 26.
So you
Cause
looking like the next 2 years? What?
nah, I would think maybe sometime maybe mid next year,
Okay,
probably.
okay.
Like I said, cause well, maybe if not mid next year, then the latter part of next year. Because like I said, I'm gonna be a champion by most lately early next year, probably like sometime January. I'm thinking maybe December of this year or January next year. I should be champ. So once I do that, then I'll kind of see. I'll look at the landscape, kind of see if I want to defend or not. I may not. I don't know, but because I've been making 22 for a little minute now, and it has gotten a little harder. especially. So I might just go ahead and go up to 26, and then like I said, if I can get forward in my first fight, that'll be a perfect fight to get the Inoue fight after that. So
Yeah, man. Because like I said, when I saw you, man, I'm like, I don't know how the hell you make 122. Like for
oh
real.
yeah.
I was like, man, I don't know how this man make 122 pounds. But going back to the Inoue fight, right? How you see that fight playing out?
Don't like Inoue is good. He's good. I'll give it to him. I'll never take credit away from fighters ever. He's good. He has exceptional power, and he's really good at what he does. But he's not unbeatable. Like he can be fucking beat. And Tapales even showed that. Tapales has been beat about 4 or 5 times, and he gave him a pretty good fight up until he got stopped. Like he just got dropped his last fight against Neri. Neri to me is skillfully is not that good of a fighter. He's like C minus to me, but he is strong. Neri's very strong. So it's like I see a lot of flaws in a way that I could exploit. And he's never fought anyone as big as me, as strong as me. He hasn't fought a puncher like me, somebody with speed, somebody with footwork and angles. Like I had, man, and really just people haven't even really seen the best of me. So I mean, I get it. People don't, they're gonna always think lesser because they don't know me, and they're getting to know me. So only thing I can do at the end of the day is keep proving myself. Every fight, continue to get better, continue to put on better performances. Keep learning like I've been doing. And then, I mean, and people will eventually see. I will be the one to beat him. If nobody else don't do it, I will be the one to beat him.
So do you feel like that you coming towards your prime?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm not there yet by far. Like I said, I'm learning on the go. I've been learning on the go just because of the circumstances that I've been through. I'm really one of them diamonds in the rough for real.
Okay, okay. Man, so speaking of learning, right? You
Hmm.
did a full training camp with Frank Mark. Oh man, tell us about that training camp, man. What was y'all working on, going into the fight against Gervonta Davis? Like, what was the game plan?
I mean, it was. I mean, simply put, like without really just speaking too much on it, he's just supposed to box. Simply box. You can't obviously you're not gonna stand there and bang with Tank. You know what I'm saying? That's not the especially a guy like Frank Martin. He's a sharpshooter. He's very skilled. He's very sharp. Even for me, it was kind of new for me to really get that type of work because I normally don't get to spar with boxers. I always spar with a lot of pressure fighters.
Mhm.
So it was new for me. And only thing I hate was that we did tell him not to stay on the ropes. We did tell him that, and Derrick James told him that during the fight. Stay off the ropes, stay off the ropes. But so I think once he started to kind of tire a little bit, sometimes he would kind of make a habit of getting a little comfortable on the ropes, playing off the ropes, and using the ropes as like a rest haven type shit. And it
So,
just ended up paying the price for it.
so you think it was more so because this was my main question. I'm gonna keep it a buck because
Mm.
I felt like he had started feeling Tank's power, and then he was intimidated, and so he really kind of like didn't know what to do, so he started backing up against the ropes. But what you saying is more so is he started getting fatigued.
Yeah, it was because he was boxing beautiful at first. I
Yeah,
mean,
he was.
yeah, nobody can dispute that. He was boxing beautiful. He was turning angles. He was cutting everything. But yeah, but Tank is smart. You know, and even though I dislike Tank, I never once again even with him, I don't never take credit away from him. Tank is smart as fuck. Like he knows what he's doing. And he knows how to use his power very effectively. So it's like the way that he just kept walking him down until he tired out. Tank wasn't really expending too much energy. He was losing the rounds to me, but he wasn't expending a lot of energy. So by the time he finally started to see what he was doing, and then he started to get catching him in that corner, cutting off the ring, put him in that corner, and boom, he set up the perfect shot, and boom, he got him out of there. And Tank knows how to land them shots. especially that uppercut. That's one of his most dangerous punches. So he landed the uppercut, and then he came followed up with the left hand, and it was over with.
As far as going back to Frank Martin, right?
Mm.
You did a full, sparring camp, training camp with him. How's Frank Martin's power? How would you rate
Oh
his
yeah,
power?
I mean it's a difference, and I didn't really think about it before because like I kept getting asked that by different interviewers, but so I really didn't know how to answer it at first, but I would say the biggest difference between the two, like Tank has more like just straight up just thudding power. Like he just has that natural power. I think Frank's is more like sneaky. Like like if he catch you with a shot you don't see, he'll definitely drop your ass. Like for sure. Like it's like more like that.
Okay. And another thing, man, everybody want to know because we all seen that weigh in, and Frank Martin looked bad, man. He looked because I even went back to his last weigh in when he fought Archer because I'm like,
Mhm.
I remember Frank saying I had a bad weight cut my last fight against Archer. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, well, let me go see that weight cut because he looked bad in this one. And he looked cool against Archer. Like his face wasn't sunken in. He looked normal. And then you go to this weight cut with against Tank, and he looked real bad. Another thing that I know that happened is that I don't know who had them weigh in that late, but everybody else had weighed in early in the morning. And then Tank and Frank, they had to wait till after 3 p.m. So
Yeah.
did that affect him? Like, what was going on with that weight cut, man?
I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was just as surprised as anybody else about that. Cause I mean, as far as when I left the camp, cause I had to go, get back in the camp for my fight. So when I left the camp, he was the weight wasn't even a thing, wasn't really an issue. He was already maybe like 10 pounds away, and it was still like weeks left. So I honestly don't know what happened, but. Yeah, I was surprised to see him kind of like that too. I was like, damn, he looks really weight drained. But I mean, I don't know. So and then one thing Tank is gonna do, he gonna definitely use all the advantages that he can. So whether if that's playing the mental game and weighing in later, cause we all know Tank he didn't have a problem making weight at all.
Nah.
He came in 130, what, 133? Yeah, so he was fine. You could see it. I mean, he had a little bit, like you could see it like a tiny bit, but not really. He was all right. So it was just a complete difference.
Yeah, Rachel Donaire, she told me to tell you what's up. She said
Oh,
salute.
hey, what's going
Yeah,
on, Rich? How you doing?
yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah, man. When I seen that, I was like, man, it made me think of Devin Haney. When how Devin was looking against what was it, George Kambosos.
yeah.
Said, yeah, man. So you could tell he had a bad weight cut. Do you think that had anything to do with him getting tired in the fight? And for the Tank Davis fans, we ain't making no excuses. We you think it had anything to do with him getting fatigued so fast?
Yeah. I do. But I mean, hey man, it's boxing, man. At the end of the day, excuses don't get you nowhere, especially today. Everybody got an opinion. Everybody always running their mouth about some shit. So it
Yeah.
just, you just got to take it on the chin, man. Like I said, you got to take your losses like you take your wins. And Frank, he'll be back. I said me and him, we grew a pretty cool little relationship of me being there, whatever. So that's just my dog. So salute to Frank, and I wish him the best. Um, in his career, and he definitely gonna bounce back.
Yeah, I think that he'll definitely learn from this whole experience. I think, I mean, he gonna get a lot better. He gonna learn from this, and uh he was in the ring with one of the best at 135. And speaking of that, 135, Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Davis, um, me myself, I think that's the best fight that can happen. And then you got him, Tank. He about to fight Lomachenko first. How do you see the fight between Gervonta Davis and Lomachenko going?
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's like they ask me about Tank. I've always been a little biased because, like I said, because of me and Tank's prior history.
Right.
But realistically, I mean, if he had fought Lama earlier, maybe about 4 years ago or whatever, I would definitely lean more towards Lama for sure. But now I'm not gonna lie, I probably have to lean more towards Tank just because seeing Lama, he's aging, and then on top of that, like he's still still a great fighter and everything skill wise, but just he's aging, and then he's able to get hit a lot more now than I've seen him. Like his last couple fights, even with Devin Haney, like he was getting, he was able to get hit a lot more than I was used to seeing. So you can't get hit like that with Tank, and I just think Tank will probably get him later on in the fight. I'm thinking it'll be a late. I hate to say it, but it'll probably be a late stoppage.
Yeah, I said the same thing when I was talking about it the other day on my live stream. I said I've noticed that he get hit a lot more.
Yeah,
Lomachenko, even against George Kambosos, when I'm watching that fight, he dominated the fight, but he was getting hit with a lot of shots from George Kambosos that you just can't get caught with Tank. And I see it going the same way. Now going into him and Shakur, that's the fight I want to see.
me
I
too.
want to see him against Shakur, man. How you see that fight playing out? If it even
See,
happens.
see with Shakur, what I'm really interested in seeing is because the one thing I can respect about Shakur is that he will stick to the game plan to the T, the whole damn 12 rounds. Like, and I don't see him tiring out either. He will fight that fight the whole fight. So if he can, I think if he can get up on Tank on points and early on in the fight, Shakur he'll win by decision. That is if they don't rob him or whatever, based off the fact that Tank does bring more money to the table, especially because of Shakur's last couple, his last appearance, whatever. Everybody was so critical of him. It kind of damaged his popularity a little bit. So I don't know if they would even want him to beat Tank. And when I'm thinking about it from that perspective, I don't know, but I mean, in the sense of just like skill, I think if he does that, that's the only way I really see him beating him. He just have to outbox him the whole 12 rounds, and I think he has the capacity to do that because he's not gonna let. I don't think he's gonna let Tank catch him with any or set any traps for him that he's not gonna be able to get out of. I think he's gonna be, of course, defensive minded first and foremost, and I think he'll be able to you know, um, get off his jab and a lot of straight shots. Probably more so like pot shots, and then just trying to ease his way to a decision. But that's the only way I can see it happening, or unless he just gets caught and Tank, once again sets his trap and he falls into it. It's either going to be Tank by knockout or Shakur by split decision. That's the only way I see it going.
And have you ever been in the ring with Shakur? Because I know you've been in the ring with a lot of great fighters. Have you shared the
Oh no,
ring with?
I never got to share the ring with Shakur yet, which is funny because I've always like gotten a lot of comparisons to him back in the amateurs. We both southpaw, so back then, I mean, everybody. I remember hella people used to tell me, "Oh man, I would love to see you and Shakur fight." I would, with I watched them throughout the amateur. We was both at the Olympic trials and everything, so it was he's sharp, and he was somebody I always like to watch just because I just always admired his discipline. The dude's discipline was like no other I probably seen. Like he sticks to the game plan, and he will not he won't stray away at all.
So, man, you like I said, you've been in the ring with a lot of great fighters. Name like your top 5 fighters that you've been in the ring with. Just
Mm,
sparring and training.
I mean, I can't really like rank them or whatever, but I mean, I don't know. I didn't been with separate world champs though. I mean, I inspired Gary Russell, Rasheed Warren, JoJo Diaz, obviously Tank. Um, shit. Let me think. I don't know. It's been a couple different guys over the years. I mean, I sparred Rolly. I fought Rolly in the amateurs. I beat Rolly. Um, I fought Hector Tanayara. I fought um, and just like I said, a lot of these guys, man.
Yeah.
Just I know about a lot of them.
Man, Russell, man, Gary Russell, that's my guy. Antoine, man, I know you was at the fights this weekend, man. What you think about, Gary Antoine Russell? Man,
Honestly, I missed it. I missed the first half, so I didn't get there to the second half of Antoine's fight. But I mean, from what I've seen, I thought he was edging the rounds out because he was putting the pressure on, and it looked like he was catching them with some good shots too. Even though Puello was working too, so I don't know. I would have to had seen the first half of the fight, but
okay.
from the second half, it looked like it was real close. But I was thinking that Antoine had edged it out. Oh yeah, and then me and Antonio, we fought in the amateurs too, and I had beat him in the amateurs as well.
Okay,
So
so you beat some big names, man, in the amateurs coming up, man. Uh
yeah, Antonio, we real cool.
oh yeah, one thing I want to ask you. It's been a rumor going around. I don't know if you know. I don't even know if it's true. A lot of people been coming out with a rumor saying that Frank Martin ain't with Derrick James no more. He done left Derrick James. You know anything about that?
I didn't hear nothing about that. I doubt it. I mean, it wouldn't really make sense because it's not like Derrick James had any fault in him losing or whatever.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
so. I doubt that. I think that's just more so people just trying to spark some controversy, spark some up because of Errol Spence or whatever.
Yeah. Now before I get you off of here, man, all the shit going on with Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. I don't know if you heard Ryan Garcia. He just got suspended for a year.
Yeah,
Uh, Devin got his O back. So he hella happy about that. And on top of that, Devin is now suing Ryan Garcia, saying that he caused him like mental stress and he's suing him for financial loss. Uh, so basically, what it is if you heard about the purse bid that Devin Haney just got with Sandor Martin, nobody bid on it.
yeah,
Only top rank bid on it is like $2.4 million. So Devin was saying he only gonna make 1.5 million, and he haven't got paid that low since early on in his career. So he's suing Ryan Garcia, saying if Ryan didn't have the oystering in the system and all that shit hadn't went down, he would be getting paid a whole lot more still. And
yeah.
so, what you think about all that, man?
I mean,
As a fighter,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. It's kind of hard for me to have an opinion for real. I mean, cause I just don't know all the specifics. I mean, point blank, how I look at it, if Ryan, if it's proven and all the way proven that Ryan was dirty and he was cheating, the nigga was cheating. And of course, like it's fucked up. Like I'll be pissed too. Like you know what I'm saying? You fucking up my career, fucking up my money, and you cheated and you didn't beat me fair and square. Like you had to have an advantage. Of course, I'm gonna be pissed. But if it wasn't really in that manner and it wasn't like really that, if it, like I said, I've heard different cases. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't really been all into that. I ain't been trying to stay out all that shit. But if I heard like he only had like a trace amount or like a small amount. It was something like from contaminated substance. If it wasn't really that, and he just got that ass whoop, you just gotta take it on the chin like a man, bro, and quit. And don't you can't play the crybaby role or whatever. Like you can't be a sore loser about it. Because at the end of the day, like it's only gonna make the fans turn against you even that much more. And just run it back and make sure it's clean, and if you can beat them, and if you can't, then people gonna see that you just lost. So I don't know. That's just really my take on it. I don't really have an opinion. Like right is right and wrong is wrong. So if bro was dirty, he was wrong. He dirty. Like he should be vilified. If he wasn't, then all's fair.
Do you think it's going to affect Devin Haney if he got to get back in there with another power puncher like that? Do you think it's going to have any type of mental effect on him?
I don't know. We just have to see. I mean, end of the day, yeah, you just got to see. And that's,
Right.
I hope he can bounce back. You know what I'm saying? I don't never want to see another brother. You know what I'm saying? Fall short when just period. Like I don't want to see that. So I always want everybody to go in the ring their best self and be able to put on their best. So
Yeah, man. So I ain't gonna hold you no longer, man. I just want you to let everybody know, man. June 28th, you coming.
yes,
Let them know
sir.
who you fight, man. 122. And you fighting out of Atlanta now?
Yeah. I train out of Oklahoma City and Atlanta, Georgia. So but yeah, man, June, like I said, June 28th, the hunt continues. That's my motto. And I'm ready. I'm ready to do it again, man. I'm fighting for a WBA Continental belt. So like I said, that should put me even that much higher in the rankings, and we closing in on that world title opportunity. And that's all I've been waiting for this whole time. I'm ready for it. Like I said, I believe God has tested me over and over, and everything has came into fruition in its own divine timing. So I'm just thankful for everything. I'm thankful for my team, thankful for my management, my promotions, everybody who's uh, became fans, who reach out and tell me how I've inspired them, to continue on and so forth because of my story. And it's still being written. It's a lot more to go. I'm just looking forward to finally being a champ, man, and making my dream come true. Taking care of my family, taking care of my daughter, making sure she good, and just doing my thing, man. Like I said, I was born to be an entertainer, so this is what I love to do.
Man, most definitely, most definitely. We all gonna be watching, supporting. To clear up in the chat, you did say that you beat Rolly in the amateurs, right?
Yeah, I beat Rolly.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I seen him at the fights too. He was sitting like literally 2 seats away from me. Like he was sitting like damn near right next to me, pretty much. So I remember it was funny. I seen him, and he was like, "Oh, what's up, bro?" We just shook hands or whatever, and then he gave me a rose. Motherfucker gave me a rose. I ain't know what to do with it. I just put it on the floor, but
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Hey, Rolly a character for real.
Yeah.
Man, but like I said, man, we gonna be supporting you. You're gonna have to come through after your fight, man. I know you're gonna show out. Is it gonna be broadcast like your last one was on the zone?
Oh yeah. I'll be the main event on the zone again.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And June the 28th, because I think it said on Box Rec it was June the 29th. Is it?
I mean, it's on that Friday. So if I don't, you
Oh
might.
no, you right. You right. Of course, it's your fight. And
Yeah.
so Jose
Yeah.
San Martin.
Jose versus Jose San Martin. Yes, sir.
Yep. Jose San Martin, June the 28th. That's on the Friday, you said, right?
Yep.
Okay, on the zone. And I'm gonna be making sure that everybody knows so everybody can go and watch the fight and support. And like I said, man, I hope to have you back on here after your fight. And man,
Yeah.
keep
Just
doing
reach
it,
out,
man.
bro. It's all love for
Yes,
sure.
sir, man. All love, stay blessed. And yeah, we're gonna have you back on. Appreciate you.
No doubt, no doubt. And yeah, y'all can follow me on Instagram at Elijah_Pierce or on Twitter at WXXXLFIE. But yeah, man, appreciate you, bro. Salute.
Yeah, appreciate you. All right. Yeah. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button. Smash on the like button. That was Elijah Pierce. Like I said, man, he coming. He coming. Hell of a fighter. Exciting. He liked to bang. He liked to bang for sure. But anyway, yes, sir. Y'all smash the like button. Let's see where the likes is at. Yeah, he beat Rolly in the amateurs. Um, Who we got in the building? My man Miami Kid Jay said people sleep on Loma, but the old man still got it 50-50 fight, in my opinion. Man, I don't think that's a 50-50 fight, man. I watched Loma, and like Elijah said, like I've been saying, man, he get hit a lot now. He's very vulnerable to the body also. So Tank is just too much for him. Tank is too much for him, man. And it's gonna get real ugly for Lomachenko, I think. I think it'll be mid to late rounds. And I really don't think that Loma is gonna let his hands go like that against Tank. But we're gonna see, man. It's still a solid fight. Still a solid fight. It's still a solid fight, though. But let me see. John Kramer, I appreciate you. Teach, salute. Yeah, man, y'all make sure y'all smash the like button. I was gonna stay on here and chop it up about the whole, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney shit, but I'm gonna have to wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap it up. But for those who missed the interview, go back and watch it. Elijah Pierce. Make sure that y'all go add him on Instagram, on Twitter, and go show the support and love. Y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again.